remote and snow-blanketed regions of Japan, whispers of an ethereal spirit have echoed through generations. Known as Yuki Onna, the Snow Woman, she is a being of indescribable beauty, her pale visage like the moonlit snow, and her long black hair flowing like shadows in the night. But beneath her radiant appearance lies a darker side, a presence that strikes fear into the hearts of those who dare to cross her path. She embodies winter itself, beautiful, cold, and deadly. It is said that she appears during the fiercest snowstorms, gliding silently over the drifts, her presence heralded by an unnatural chill that freezes the very soul. To encounter her is to dance on the edge of life and death. Yet, not all who meet her perish. Some, it is told, are spared, not out of mercy, but for reasons only she knows. In a small village nestled deep in the mountains, winter was more than a season, it was a test of survival. For Tomoha, a 26-year-old traveler and wanderer, the snow was both an adversary and a companion. He had roamed far and wide, seeking the solace of the untamed wilderness, finding beauty in its harshness. But this winter, fate had something else in store for him. It began on a day when the storm clouds gathered like an omen, blanketing the sky in gray. The village elder had spoken of Yuki Onna's tales to warn the villagers to stay indoors. But Tomoha, ever restless, dismissed it as folklore. He set out with his satchel, venturing into the forest where the snow fell heavier with each step. The world around him grew quieter, the muffled sound of his footsteps the only reminder of his presence. Night fell, and the storm intensified. Tomoha found refuge in a small, abandoned hut nestled among the trees. He built a fire to fend off the biting cold, its flickering light casting long shadows on the walls. The wind howled outside, carrying with it an eerie stillness that made him uneasy. He could not shake the feeling that he was being watched. As he drifted into an uneasy sleep, he awoke to find a mesmerizing woman standing over him. Her beauty was otherworldly, her presence both enchanting and chilling. She revealed herself as Yuki Onna, her voice as soft and cold as falling snow. "You are different," she said, her eyes gleaming like frost. Instead of bringing him harm, she spared his life on one condition: he must never speak of their encounter to anyone. But Yuki Onna lingered. Her icy fingers traced patterns on the frosted window as she spoke of the winter's solitude, her voice carrying the weight of centuries. She led Tomoha outside into the storm, yet wherever she moved, the snow parted as if bowing to her presence. Under the moonlit sky, she showed him the frozen beauty of the forest, a crystalline riverbed glistening like diamonds, frost-laden trees bending under the weight of winter's embrace. Yuki Onna danced gracefully across the snow, her movements blending seamlessly with the storm. Tomoha watched, captivated, as she glided closer. Her pale hand brushed his cheek, sending a shiver down his spine, and for a moment, the cold seemed to disappear. "Beauty fades with the seasons," she said, her gaze piercing yet tender. "But promises must endure." As dawn approached, the first rays of sunlight cut through the snow-covered forest. Yuki Onna's form began to fade, her long hair dissolving into the light. "Swear you will never speak of me," she said, her voice echoing like the last breath of winter. Tomoha, unable to look away, swore his vow. With that, she vanished, leaving him standing alone in the clearing, haunted and entranced by her presence. Years passed, and Tomoha returned to his village, the memory of that night buried deep in his heart. Life seemed to move on, yet the winter's chill always carried a reminder of the promise he had made. One spring, at a vibrant festival, Tomoha met Miyuki, a woman whose laughter rivaled the song of cherry blossoms in the breeze. Her beauty was radiant, her touch warm, and her presence a balm to his restless soul. They quickly fell in love, their bond forming over shared moments of joy and quiet understanding. Their marriage was celebrated with a traditional Shinto ceremony, the village coming alive with music and lanterns. Together, they built a life filled with happiness. Miyuki's laughter filled their home, and their children brought warmth to the coldest winters. In the garden, Miyuki nurtured flowers that bloomed defiantly against the frost. On snowy evenings, she would gather the children by the hearth, teaching them to mold playful snow rabbits while Tomoha carved wooden charms for them. Life was simple, beautiful, and filled with love. Yet, in rare moments, Tomoha would catch Miyuki staring out the window as snow fell, her expression distant. When he asked, she would only smile and say, "I'm just remembering the beauty of winter." Though curious, he dismissed it as nostalgia, unaware of the secret she carried within her heart. One winter evening, as snowflakes gently fell outside, Tomoha recounted his past encounter with Yuki Onna to his wife, forgetting his long-ago promise. As he spoke, Miyuki's expression grew distant and sorrowful. When he finished, she revealed her true identity. She was Yuki Onna, the very spirit he had met that fateful night. Bound by her nature and his broken promise, she was compelled to leave him. With tears in her eyes, she bid farewell to Tomoha and their children, her form dissolving into the snowy night. Tomoha was left heartbroken, realizing the profound love and sacrifice Miyuki had made to be with him. He understood that his words had shattered the delicate balance between their worlds. From that day forward, he lived with the memory of his beloved Yuki Onna, cherishing the fleeting moments they had shared and the family they had built together. This tale serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of love and the importance of honoring one's promises. It reflects the rich tapestry of Japanese folklore, where the supernatural intertwines with human emotions, teaching lessons that resonate through time.